Wonderful. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for perfect alignment. We see the alignment of stars, people, planets, the universe. We see an alignment of help and health. We see the perfect alignment of hope. And we allow ourselves to carry forward in our own hands and our own hearts and our heads the perfect dreams, the perfect reality that we have seen, heard, and seek. We allow ourselves to step forward toward that perfect reality in this moment right now. We see the stars aligned, we see the planets aligned, we see perfect alignment for ourselves. And we choose this moment to advance, and we allow with our own personal advancement for universal advancement to come also. We choose to release the tide, whatever direction the tide is going, and to work in favor of all. And we allow our own personal happiness and personal satisfaction to be part of that in this immediate moment right now. So if we could just breathe in, and if we could feel momentum moving forward. So if we could notice perhaps like a flock of birds do, like flying in a like a pyramid formation, like a triangle, if we could just feel a group of angels, perhaps thousands of angels moving in front of you and clearing the way. If we could clear away any heavy energy, any density and dense energy, if we could allow everything to be light and flowing and recognize that the wind is not coming in your face, the angels are handling that you could walk with immunity, walk with peace, and must move forward gracefully. The ground is solid, the weather is favorable, and if we could just feel yourself moving forward, whether you see that, feel that, hear that, or know that. And if we could indeed just say out loud as a statement of fact, I'm moving forward right now. I advance with compassion. I advance for compassion. I advance with intelligence. I celebrate civility. I allow all of my dreams to come true. I walk forward with great hope. I walk forward with a full heart. I allow my advancement to fill my heart even more. In this moment, I allow the pain of the past to recede. And allow my heart to be filled up even more. So if we could breathe into that, and if we could notice on this auspicious day, to use my mother's language, of this auspicious day, if we could very simply just notice what is different. And if we could perhaps let the space taken up that has been taken up, understandably, by tragedy, their word, if we could let that tragedy be understood and known and then set aside. So it's not right in the way, it's over on the side or behind us. If we could just let that shift happen, and if we could let perhaps the angels and also Saint Germain lead the way with that shift of energy and that release of energy. So if we could just lovingly breathe in and notice all the goodness that is here, all the peace that is here. And if we could say out loud, perhaps with some mojo, the way is clear. I'm moving forward no matter what. I walk toward bliss. I allow more happiness into my life than ever before. I celebrate spiritual mastery. Where I go, God is, and all is well. Wonderful. So if we could just breathe in for a moment, and if we could take in, as we move forward with this flock of angels in front of you, if we could notice the skeptic in you, and if we could perhaps notice that skeptic being a younger version of yourself, or a version of yourself where there was a lot of hardship, and if we could say out loud to that skeptic, you're still here. I'm still here. Let's become one and move forward with faith. I fully release learning through pain. I choose to learn through insight. I allow my cup to be full. I allow my heart to be full. I allow my consciousness to be relaxed. Wonderful. So if we could just breathe into all that. If we could acknowledge, yes, this is a busy one. There's lots of activity. Let's just notice what it's like, how good it feels to move forward. And if we could notice moving forward without conditions and just moving forward and not waiting for when this happens, this happens, this happens. Let's very simply just move forward and not worry about what anyone else is doing. Just feel this sense of advancement and being filled up. So if we could perhaps notice, and this might include some physicality, just notice these thousands of angels in front of you leading the way, so your way is clear. If we can notice the power and potency of prayer. Oh, and the download. We could just breathe in and notice the download from earlier today, which is this moment is the fruition of past prayers. So if we could feel our past prayers coming to fruition right now. So if we could just breathe into that. And if we could say out loud, my past prayers have been heard. I move forward with an open heart and a lot of hope. Great. So if we could just breathe into all of that. Good. Wonderful. And if we can notice, because there's a lot of angels present, if we can notice Archangel Michael kind of taking a step back to join you, let's just notice what Archangel Michael communicates to you, whether you feel that, see that, hear that, or know that. And if we could hand to him any concern you have for others, including people you might disagree with or people who need help, anyone struggling with illness or finances or stress or all of the above. Let's thank you, angels, for helping everyone who's struggling right now in America and around the world. Anyone who is impacted by the virus, we allow perfect financial freedom for all. We allow help from all directions, and we celebrate everyone having enough to eat, enough to pay the rent, enough to afford everything. We see the generosity of the universe and the generosity of people at work right now, and we celebrate all this goodness in the circulation. And we choose this moment to circulate positive intention, positive prayers, and recognize the good that is present right now. So let's just breathe into all that. And we'll notice that everything is here. Everything is here. And if we could, with our own voices, just amplify that prayer. If we could just say out loud, thank you, angels, for helping everyone right now. Thank you for helping everyone in my city to thrive. Thank you for helping everyone in the world to thrive. Thank you for helping my neighbors and loved ones to thrive. And if we could feel a sense of prayer being spoken, and if we could not attach to how the prayer is answered, and if we could perhaps more than ever give the angels room to answer those prayers, to not direct traffic for them, to not tell them what to do. But if we could really feel the potency of prayer right now and all the good. So if we could just breathe in, and we'll notice this day, the solstice, and if we could feel in our DNA from past lives, ancestry, and this lifetime, the joy of celebration. Perhaps it's the first time we've really acknowledged a solstice. Let's very simply just breathe and feel from the past, including centuries ago, the celebration, the importance of this day. And if we could feel all that joy, all that hope, all the prayers, all the positive, expansive intentions in the history of humanity, in the history of consciousness. And if we could see all that leading up to this moment of you being conscious, you being aware, you being home, and feeling included, feeling all the people who prayed for you centuries ago, that you are their answered prayer, and feeling the continuation for people centuries from now that we are praying for now. That everyone thrives, everyone has all their needs met and exceeded, that we enter a space in human history where our health is celebrated, our health is cultivated, that we are all healthy, and we get to express ourselves positively. That the fear that creates competition and division is dissolved, and we celebrate each other and cheer each other on. If we could just breathe into that. And let's say that out loud. I choose to cheer other people on. I am cheered for. I celebrate my life. I celebrate the lives of others. I celebrate future generations of happy people. I let that same happiness be present on the planet right now. Thank you, angels, for everyone having their needs met and exceeded. Thank you, angels, for everyone having their needs met and exceeded. So if we could just breathe into that. Good. And if we could once again just let all that go, kind of hands off. We've said it. Let's very simply feel our hearts open and letting it happen. And if we could notice within that, as the geese fly by, if we could very simply notice this moment, life continuing, and we just very simply put forward strong intention. Let's let the intention be handed over to the angels. And let's just breathe in, and we'll notice what the thousands of angels communicate to you right now. If we could just breathe in and just notice. Wonderful. If we could breathe in, and let's say out loud, thank you. They're saying some people are still receiving a message. If we could just breathe in. And if we could take in a personal and collective message from the angels, which is, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. And if we could feel perhaps more than ever the partnership between you and the angels, and to feel the goodness that is here. So we'll just breathe into all that. Wonderful. If we could breathe in. They're saying two things at once. They're slightly contradictory, but we'll honor both. Let's notice that we're going to head toward a conclusion for this shared time. In the time, we're going to spend a few moments here just directly saying names out of people that you want to hold in prayer. So just say out loud anyone you're holding in prayer. I'll include Guy, Kyle, Sandrine, Suzanne, Rosie, Ono, D, Roger, anyone in a hospital, anyone receiving care, Tom, Michelle, Jazz, Kale. And if we could just take in a breath and let's hand over all of that. Let's not attach, let's hand it over. And let's be formal and say out loud, angels, I surrender all of that to you. Thank you for helping everyone. And thank you for helping me. Wonderful. We'll just breathe in. And to these thousands of angels who are leading the way and they'll continue to lead the way, let's say out loud to them, thank you. And to Archangel Michael, we'll say out loud, thank you. And thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for all this goodness, all this peace, all this love, and all this joy right at this moment. We celebrate life. We celebrate prayer. We celebrate speaking prayer. We celebrate speaking affirmation and our words being potent and powerful. We celebrate this day of the solstice. We celebrate the endings and we celebrate the beginnings. And we let the beginning of this new era come forward with great joy. And we choose to take the lid off of time and circumstance and how things work. We choose to take the lid off the rules and allow the highest good to come forward, including in rapid succession. Great peace, great unity, and great love on this planet right now. Whales thriving, birds thriving, people thriving. A space where we only tell the truth and we help each other out. And we celebrate this. And with generosity, peace, and ease, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.